Hello friends, I am Shushant Raghavan. Welcome to Technical and Quality Session. For understanding the technical requirements and quality standards in clothing industry, making a sustainable garment, I have good practical experience in the apparel manufacturing sector. My skills are CAD pattern making, sample development, technical requirements, and measuring quality performance. Today's session is about pre-production meeting in apparel industry. For more sessions like this, do like and subscribe to my channel. Now let's begin the presentation. PP meeting in apparel industry. Requirements and procedures. Pre-production meeting. As the name suggests, a PPM is a meeting held prior to production and after sampling. That is, after the pre-production sample is approved, it is also called an order clarity meeting. Factory conducts the PP meeting to share important information among all the key employees who may influence the quality and productivity of the product. In garment export merchandising process, buyer communicate all the related information to sampling, costing and production of a style with factory merchandiser only. It is the responsibility of factory merchandiser to pass the information to the concerned department. Normally, pre-production meeting is held before starting of pilot run and after fabric and most of the trims are in-house. The main purpose of PP meeting is to clarify any doubts and address any potential issues well in advance to make sure everyone related to garment production is aware of all about the style and execute the style respecting all quality points and to minimize communication gaps and to get a know-how of the order starting from cutting section to finishing section. Scheduling of pilot run, PCD, plan cut date and shipment date is shared to all team during the PP meeting. This meeting enable garment manufacturers to take preventive measures so that finished garments meets or exceeds buyers' quality expectations. Purpose of PP meeting: to discuss construction details of a style that is approved by customer and going to load in production. To identify possible problem prior to production and to agree on correct procedures to achieve necessary quality standards. To ensure that production team understand and agree on style specification and relevant standards such as wash standard, print and embroidery specification. To discuss any difficulty incurred during sample making and to approach a different method of handling the operation prior to production. Merchants confirm whether all materials like fabric, trims and accessories are in-house or expected date of sourcing to avoid downtime in production. In this meeting, responsible persons are defined for the tasks involved in pre-production and production processes. To set the responsibilities and timeline for pending approvals and information, if any. Procedures of PP meeting. PP meeting is conducted after approval of PP sample and all materials are sourced. Participants discuss possible issue as explained above one by one. Production file is handed over to production department with required details. Minutes of the meeting is made and signed by each participant. Signed copy of meeting of the pre-production meeting is circulated to each department or to persons who are involved in production department. Staff participant in PP meeting. Following staffs participate in PP meeting: production manager, PPC, merchandiser, technical team, sampling, pattern CAD, QA manager, buying QC, head of warehouse, head of cutting, head of sewing, head of finishing, packaging, IE department, machine mechanic in charge. Merchandiser or production planning department conducts this meeting to discuss all the details of the order which is being executed till pre-production sample. With the help of this meeting, merchandiser and other team members can understand the difficulties which are likely to arise during production. Before going for actual production, there should not be any doubt in anyone's mind that is related to the order. Hence, all departments are necessary to be present for this meeting. The discussion happened with all departments is as follows. Sampling department. In pre-production meeting, sampling department plays important role. Sampling is the first to produce the garment. While producing sampling, there might be few hurdles which were faced by sampling department and solutions are found out at the same time. Hence, sampling department has the better idea of the problems associated with the style while producing it. Sampling department discusses all the difficulties in PPM that they faced while producing the sample, which eventually help IE and production team to deal with. Recheck all the critical measurements and match them with the how to measure manual. Sampling department. The topics discussed by sampling department are the buyer comments at each and every stage of sampling, hurdle in production like thread breakage, problems associated while sewing the critical areas of the garment, seam allowance problem, etc. The quality parameters of the garment, critical operation in the style, garment handling while production, other technical problems that are faced by sampling department. Sampling department. Documents needed to carry while pre-production meeting. Buyer comments on samples, PP sample along with comments, sizes sample pass report with feedback from sewing line supervisor and QC, graded nested pattern used during size set, FPT and GPT reports, shrinkage report, miniature marker used during sampling if required. Quality department. This is the most important department on which merchandiser relies on. The quality department plays important role before and after execution of production. From the first stage of any export order, quality persons understand the know-how of the buyer's quality parameters. Hence, this department is well aware of what problems are going to happen while production to achieve the quality. Quality department ensures the education of production people about any specific quality parameter for the garment expected by buyer. In PPM, quality department can raise the issues related to garment appearance, what is being observed during sampling. Quality department. The quality department discusses the issues like measurement issues, seam quality strength, bending or curvature observed before, possible defects in production and their solution, handling of the material which affects the appearance of the garment, the discussion on what defects or mistakes are happened while sampling in case of quality and solutions for the same, proper instruction to production department in same meeting. If quality department does not understand any quality parameters or if something that is unachievable, then that should be discussed in the same meeting before going to production. IE department. IE department calculates the SAM and SMV of the style. IE department must discuss the following issues in PPM. SAM of the garment, thread consumption, machine layout of the line for that particular style, capacity planning and line balancing. The IE department along with production department discuss the problems associated with production for the particular style. Cutting department. Cutting is another important department that is needed to discuss thoroughly. The discussion happens about the following things. The discussion and decision about the height of lay and mode of spreading. Whether fabric is having CS or not. What should be done with fabric having CS. The technical know-hows of the fabric such as symmetry, width, GSM, face and backside of the fabric. What should be the relaxation period for fabric containing lycra elastomer. Cutting department. The capacity of cutting needs to discuss and plan accordingly. If any specific cutting standards are there from buyer side, then that need to be discussed thoroughly. Otherwise, regular SOP will work out. Fusing standards need to discuss while PPM, which is the defect creating area. Sewing department. Sewing department requires all technical details related to production. Before going to actual production, sewing department needs to clarify the following things. Skills available and operational efficiency of the plant for that particular style. Methods of sample construction followed which ensures the defect-free production needs to discuss. Sewing department. Machine setting and seam allowances. Special machine if used. Any attachments if needed. Sample availability at all manufacturing stage. Operation flow chart. batch allotment, workers per batch, worker mix and capacity, needle breakage and standard of buyer for the same, needle changing frequency, possible production per hour per day. Sewing department. Sewing department may ask the questions as material handling standard if any, what are the quality parameters for the style, how many quality checkpoints in one sewing line, any buyer specification, what are possible obstacles may be there while production, documents need to carried by production while PPM, operational breakdown, capacity planning, skill reports of operators, BOM trim card provided by merchandising, a copy of time and action calendar. Finishing and packing department. It is the last step of production which needs to discuss in detail in pre-production meeting. The finishing and packing department discusses following issues in pre-production meeting: finishing quality parameters, labels, hand text position, type of hanger if applied, folding type, special instruction for hanging garments. Finishing and packing department. For packing, following things are important to discuss: packing type, whether barcode is there or not, whether RFD tag is there on carton or not, packing quality, size ratio in packing, color combination in packing, warehouse capacity. Questions asked by finishing and packing department: is there any special instruction for finishing? What are the appearance requirements of the buyer? How much is the distance between two hanging garments while packing? Are there any special requirements from buyer to maintain temperature, humidity in warehouse? Production file. During the pre-production meeting, merchandiser hands over production file to production team with all requirement documents and details filled in it properly. This file contains all the information needed to produce the style as per buyer quality standard. The production file contains following documents in it: checklist, tech pack, comment sheets, approved PP sample with buyer comments, all colorways and fabric swatch, sample trims, packing specification, artwork, thread run, shade blanket or shade card, quality manual if applied, a copy of time and action calendar, a copy of PP meeting format, FPT and GPT, and ex-factory date. Conclusion. Prevention is always better than cure. This phrase is sufficient to explain about pre-production meeting. Pre-production meeting is the free discussion within the department along with merchandiser to achieve the common goal. This meeting allows the concerned departments to raise the doubts and get clarification. The problems associated with the production and dispatch of the export order is discussed in this meeting. As all departments come together to discuss the issues face to face, hence there is possibility of resolving the problems well in advance. It gives the platform to solve the problem related to production and a major controlling tool for the merchandiser and buyer as well to process the export order smoothly. Thank you for watching. For more sessions like this, do like and subscribe to my channel. Please comment your valuable thoughts and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified when I post a new presentation. Bye, have a good day.